What is going on, guys? I am Septom Seer George, the coach of your San Francisco Arcaniners, here to bring you my Season 6, Week 3 team builder against the San Jose Sharpedos. Now, I don't bring webcam to you guys a lot, or the face cam, whatever you guys want to call it a lot, and I'm going to actually turn this down a lot, because it's very loud. I usually have it on 4, too. It's on 24. Jesus Christ, but I am going to try to bring the webcam to you guys this week. I just feel like it's a good addition. Although, if I don't feel like it's a good addition, I'll take it out, and you guys do not know what the fuck I'm talking about at all. So, who knows what'll happen with that. And also, I did get a pop filter onto my microphone. So, it's basically just, it's connected to my laptop, and then I just bring it around this nice little thing that I can move around a lot. And then I put it as I move my mic. I've moved everything by doing that. But anyways, put that right there. And the air coming out of my mouth as I talk, it won't hit the microphone and make a sound as much. So, I guess that's a good thing, right? But anyways, guys, let me get right into the team that I'll be facing. So, I am facing the San Jose Sharpedos, and he has the Sylveon, the Starmie, the Cobalion, the Mamoswine, the Arcanine, the Jellicent, Noivern, the Mega Aerodactyl, the Machamp, the Xatu, and the Luxray. So, immediately, I'm thinking he has to bring the Sylveon. That's a must. He has to bring the Starmie. That's a must. The Cobalion, the Mamoswine, the Arcanine, the Mega Aerodactyl. Pretty much that's the 6 right there I see him bringing. He can bring the Jellicent. Not expecting it maybe as much though. Possibly to take a Scald off of my Melodic. Also, he could bring the Machamp or the Noivern. Noivern can deal a lot of damage to my team, especially if I do not bring the Gardevoir. He can just drop Dracos on anything, basically. And then the Machamp can confuse anything with Dynamic Punch, especially if he brings a Foresight variant, which he could bring, just because my main check to the Machamp is in fact my Spiritomb. So, right away, before I get into this incredible set right here, I want to give a huge shout out to Monotui for creating this set. Now, I added Monotui, aka the coach of the Tampa Bay Luxrays, who is a new member of the GBA. I believe ever since the Arizona Deoxys decided that they did not have time for the GBA anymore, decided to quit. I added him to my front office, which is basically just a group of my friends who, as I'm building, I'll just be like, hey, does this work out against this team? And they'll be like, hey, no, you should run this coverage move, or yeah, you should run this instead, or that's perfect, great job. And I added him to it about a week before he got added to the GBA, so now he's in my division against me, but he's still helping me out. I'm still helping him out, just because we're all friends here and we all just like to have fun. But he gave me this set, and he's like, why not try this set against Tom? And it's a Recover, Coil, Toxic, and Waterfall set. Now, this set is phenomenal. I am special defensive off of a huge base 125 special defense set. You're on Coil. You get up +1, +2, +3, +4. They can't kill you. You go for Waterfall, and the only Pokemon on that team that can stop you is the Jellicent. And on the Jellicent, you go for Toxic. You outspeed that Jellicent by over 20 base speed. To outspeed us, he would need to run, I believe, 180 speed, I think, or about around there, to outspeed us and to do a possible taunt, I guess. Maybe Giga Drain if he's offensive. The Toxic and the Hex, I guess, is also a possibility versus us. But overall, we have the Toxic, the Jellicent. I don't think he'll bring the Jellicent, but if he does, we to go for Toxic like against that, is I have to burp. And then we recover. We go for Coil and we set up, and then we kill everything else with the Waterfall. So this is my late game sweeper. This is going to be a sweeper. Melodic is a sweeper, guys. That is phenomenal to think about. But we also have to think about if Melodic is specially defensive. It can tank the hits. But Melodic really doesn't want to take the hits. It has to be able to set up in the late game. It doesn't want to try to set up and then just get completely fucked over or something like that because it's on like maybe 40% of its HP. So I have to bring something else on to tank the hits. Now, Melodic is more of a passive wall, so I decided to go more aggressive here and bring, for the first time, my Snorlax, the big bro right here. Decided to run an Assault Vest set because they can take any hit on the special side using Assault Vest. Got the Seed Bomb, I have the Heavy Slam, the Return, and the Earthquake. The Seed Bomb is so I can hit the Starmie, the Mamoswine, and the Jellicent for super effective. The Heavy Slam is for the Sylveon, the Mega Aerodactyl, and that's pretty much it. It can also hit the Xatu for a lot of damage, and the Starmie takes a decent amount from it, only because of how heavy the Snorlax is. Now, I have the return because of just neutral coverage against the majority of his team. The Cobalion can take it, as can the Jellicent. So that is where the last move comes in. The Earthquake hits the Cobalion and the Arcanine for super effective, as well as the Luxray if he decides to bring it. I don't think he'll bring it, but if he does have that. He does have that option right there. Now, to finish up the Snorlax core, decided I'm weak to Machamp. I have to bring the Spiritomb right now. I have the Will-O-Wisp, the Pain Split, the Foul Play, and the Memento. Memento is a cool move I have on this Pokemon, mainly for the likes of my Melodic, as well as the likes of my Infernape, as you will see later on. I have the Pain Split, the Foul Play, the Will-O-Wisp, mainly just a common defensive set. I can burn things, for example, the Mamoswine, the Cobalion. I can burn the Sylveon if it doesn't have the Heal Bell. I can burn the Mega Aerodactyl and the Machamp if it doesn't have the Guts. I don't think it'll have the Guts. I think it'll have Dynamic Punch, just because Dynamic Punch is a very good move in general. I have the Foul Play because the attack stat on the likes of Mamoswine and Machamp and Mega Aerodactyl are crazy. So we're going to be mainly walling those things with that, and the Pain Split just for recovery if it comes down to it. And the EVs I have is Max HP, Max Defense, just going to be a defensive wall. Don't have anything else for it. And the Rocky Helmet over the... Rocky Helmet over the leftovers, because if he wants to go into Arcanine and go for a Flare Blitz, or go into Mega Aerodactyl and go for an Aerial Ace or something along those lines, I have the Rocky Helmet to deal a solid 60% to them every single time. Next up, I do have Tarzan right now. Tarzan is my Infernape. You all know him very well. He was the MVP of last week's match and got the top play of the week using my double switch. Although, top play of the week I feel should be a play, not a prediction, but that is on the analysts to decide. It should be a play, not preparation, not prediction. Preparation. Prep is before the game, a play is during the game, in my opinion. However, Swords Dance Keldeo is going to be winning that thing, because the votes all are going towards Swords Dance Keldeo, even though I feel the double play was more of a play than prep, but that's my own little 2 cents on that whole thing. But anyway, Life Orb and Infernape, I decided to run the Iron Fist because using Mach Punch, I have priority over the likes of Cobalion, the Mamoswine, as well as the Mega Aerodactyl. I have the Earthquake to take on the Cobalion and the Arcanine and the Luxray. And then I have the Fire Punch for just a very strong stab attack using the Life Orb and the Iron Fist boost right there, and stab as well. Hits the Sylveon hard, hits the Cobalion. I speed tie with Cobalion. I just ran max speed because if I'm gonna speed tie the Cobalion, might as well. I would rather have the 50-50 than have a 0% chance. And then I have the Thunder Punch as well, just to hit the Jellicent if he brings the Jellicent, that is, as well as the Mega Aerodactyl. But I don't think there will ever be a situation where I'm able to outspeed the Mega Aerodactyl, as well as where I can use Thunder Punch and predict a switch into Mega Aerodactyl. I don't know when he would ever switch into Mega Aerodactyl on the Infernape, but I have it there. More or less just going to use Mach Punch to pick it off if it comes down to it. Just a very standard spread. Max attack, max speed, because I have to run max speed to speed tie the Cobalion. Next up, I do have the Nidoqueen right here, using the Expert Belt and the Stealth Rocks. I have Expert Belt for a very, very interesting reason, and you guys will see as the set you guys will understand it as I explain the set, although a lot of you are probably thinking, why don't you have Life Orb? Why the hell don't you have Life Orb? You need the Life Orb on a Sheer Force Pokemon like Nidoqueen. Now, I agree with you guys completely. I do need the Life Orb, but when you look at my set, I'm a physically offensive Nidoqueen. Now, look at those stats real quick. Nidoqueen's special attack is only 75. People have run Nidoqueen and Nidoking always specially offensive, but their physical offense is so much better than their special offense. People don't understand that. So, I decided this week I would kind of show that off a little bit, and while I could run the Sludge Wave, I could run Earth Power, and I could run Sucker Punch as well, but I would have to run it with Life Orb. I decided to run an Extra Belt set and show off the fact that its physical set is just as good as the special set. if not even better. So I have the Poison Jab right there just because it gets the Sheer Force boost. As well, it is the most powerful stab poison attack I have. Hits the Sylveon for a lot of damage, hits the Starmie. With stab and the Sheer Force boost, it is actually more powerful than Earthquake, so I'll be using that as my main form of offense right there. I do have the Earthquake, of course, a very basic stab move. I don't have the Life Orb because of the likes of Earthquake and Sucker Punch. I go for Earthquake against like the Arcanine or the Luxor. I don't want to be taking Life Orb damage, so I have that, and then I have the Sucker Punch as well to deal damage to the Starmie, to the Jellicent, Mega Aerodactyl to pick it off in the late game, the Noivern to pick it off in the late game, Arcanine pick it off possibly if it's an offensive spread, as I have to burp again, but it just kind of went away, but it didn't go away, but it did, just kind of sitting there, and we're good. Okay, great. My speed EVs, I have 92 EVs in speed just because I believe I wanted to speed creep everything possible on his team that would want to try to speed creep my max, like, bulky Nidoqueen. So if I didn't have any speed investment, they would try to outspeed me. I ran speed to just make sure. 92 is a lot of speed. I get that completely, guys, but with 92, there is no way nothing is going to outspeed me if they're only speed creeping for Nidoqueen. So ran that much speed investment because I am more of an offensive spread anyway. I can afford to run some speed so that I can outspeed some things and get a huge amounts of damage on them. Now, the final Pokemon I decided to bring is my Latias. Lil Red right here, coming up with a Choice Scarfed variant with the Healing Wish for the likes of Melodic. If I try to sweep, and I sweep him a bit, and then he stops me, I can save my Melodic to try to set up again. Infernape, if he's doing a lot of work, offensive hits, I take a lot of Life Orb, a lot of hazards, I can go for Healing Wish, heal him back up and go back in. The same with Snorlax. Assault Vest, if he brings a lot of special attackers, I can bring in my Assault Vest Snorlax, and eventually, just as he gets worn down, I don't have to worry about it. I can go into Latias and go for Healing Wish there. I have the Energy Ball because it hits the Starmie, the Mamoswine, the Jellicent for super effective damage. The Psyshock for the likes of Sylveon, as well as a special defensive Jellicent possibly. Hits a lot of damage for everything, and then a Draco Meteor because if he doesn't bring the Sylveon, I Draco Meteor everything. If he does bring the Sylveon, I Draco everything, and as he goes into Sylveon, I go into Nidoqueen. As I hit my pop filter. It's weird having this thing in front of me, I'm not gonna lie. It's really weird having this thing in front of me. I have enough speed to outspeed the Mega Aerodactyl after being Choice Scarfed, which is great for me, so I can outspeed the Mega Aerodactyl there at max speed. And basically, guys, yeah, that is the team for the San Jose Sharpedos. So if you did enjoy the video, I'd really appreciate if you did comment, like, rate, or subscribe. I am Septometer George, the coach of your San Francisco I can't talk today, guys. I watched the Champions League game, Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid, and then I'm recording this. And I may have had a few beers in that little time period. 9, maybe then, so I'm... little bit time has passed, but you still feel the effect. I don't know. I'm gonna blame it on that for a lot of my mess ups this video, but that is going to be the end of the video, guys. So if you did in fact enjoy, I'd really appreciate it if you did comment, like, rate, or subscribe. I am Septometer George, the coach of your San Francisco Arcaniners. Let's make us 3-0, baby. I can't talk today. Oh my god. Let's make us 3-0, baby. Let's be one of the only teams to make it to that point. And once again, guys, I am Septometer George. Peace out.